Hi, I'm Becca. I run Magic Owl Studios, and I am doing a alligator speed draw. Now, I love lizards, don't really care too much for alligators, but I'm focusing on dragons at the moment, and they're pretty much the closest I can find to dragons, seeing as I haven't seen one flying around recently. And apparently no one on the internet has either, so it's a little bit tricky finding a good reference photo when you're doing a fictional creature, you know? So you just kind of look for similarities. In alligators' case, they're large, they're scaly, they have teeth, and they're scary beyond belief. So, short of breathing fire, pretty much as close as I can get. On this particular one, it was a little bit difficult with the scales. You will see me draw, erase, draw, erase, draw. A bunch of times, the scales on the side of the head. I probably did not pick the best reference photo for this starting out, because I really couldn't see in focus very well exactly what the scales look like, so I was kind of just guessing. I actually had to go look at a different photo to actually get the ones that I wanted for the overall look that I wanted. Yeah. So, the outline was not actually all that difficult. I was more just kind of sketching in proportions at this point. They don't have a tongue. I had no clue that alligators do not have a tongue. It's actually like some skin that's fused to the bottom of their jaw. So that was interesting. Fun fact. Yeah, I'm just smudging here. Just working on the nose and the shading. I was actually really impressed with how close to the kind of dragon that I want to draw, I'll say, instead of just saying a dragon, the eyes and overall shape of the head was. I wanted to go with alligators over crocodiles because, you know, crocodiles have the long, thin snouts, I guess, with the teeth pointing out in all directions. There's a little bit more uniform with the alligator, and I liked the thickness and the width. So that's why I kind of picked them over crocs. But yeah, I really liked the eyes on the alligator. I honestly have no idea why I didn't do anything and I left them white. I think I just liked the way it looked with the contrast of the shaded in alligator. I thought it kind of looked a little bit creepy, and it's close to Halloween, so yeah. Oh, that was my head. Yeah, that was my head. So sorry you had to see my hair. I don't usually doll myself up when I sit down for a sketch. Yeah, so this is the first attempt for the scales, and I didn't really like them the second I drew them, but I kept them anyway, because it's kind of my thing that when I don't like a particular part of the drawing, and I'm not close to being done at all, like I'm not here, I just kind of leave them for a bit and I come back to them later. Yep, so that was worse. Yeah, that was so much worse. Thank you for erasing that. I'm talking to my video self. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna see that a bunch of times. This is really where I kind of messed up. I love this pencil. It's triangular. It's actually a charcoal pencil, which is why it's probably triangular. I have not been able to find any regular pencils that weren't tricolored in this shape. I like the thickness. I like that it doesn't make my hand hurt. like sometimes regular pencils do. But it is such a dark color. It's really, really hard sometimes to not make permanent marks. And I was trying to see maybe if it was the shading that was the problem with the scales and not the scales themselves. And no, it was the scales. The scales were bad. So, but when I erase them, you'll see that it's not coming up. There's no way I'm getting that dark color off of the paper. I mean, this is not like high grade paper. It's just a sketchbook that I have. I think it might be Art Loft. I don't know. That was a big jump, and I'm gonna apologize for that. I did some stuff off camera because my battery was dying, and I figured it's not gonna be that much. It's not gonna be that bad. And then I was, oh wow, that's a big jump. Okay, basically I just did exactly what you saw me doing. I just drew and smudged and did it in the direction that I wanted the angle in, and smudged more. And yeah, so that's what that is. Actually, I'm still shading here. I only just kind of did the bare minimum on the values off camera. And I know that you can't see parts of the gator, and it will fix itself in a second, or I'll fix it in a second. Yeah, see, that's a little bit better. It was not that bad. Like, I think you only missed like a little bit of the jaw when I was doing the video. But for some reason, my movie maker thing it does this weird thing where it zooms in a little bit, and I have to get better at making sure my camera is further away. But when you hit video, it zooms in, and then when I put it through the program, it zooms in. So at this point, I have to be like 20 feet away from my drawing. You're not missing a whole heck of a lot on the lower jaw. So, and I do move it up when I do a little bit more detail down there. Yeah. I'm just kind of going in with my eraser, and I'm getting rid of the black that was on the teeth. The teeth were actually really white on the reference photo I was using. I was actually really surprised because I don't know, I don't picture reptiles having white teeth typically. I mean, I wasn't exactly expecting blood-soaked, but I wasn't thinking they were going to be that white, and they really were. They weren't yellow at all. They were very ivory, I'll say. And there's these little curls and things on the side of the teeth. That's actually there. I have no idea what they are, but I just drew what I saw. They were like a pink and yellow mix. I don't know if they're the gums or like some other part, but one thing I was really, really happy about having an alligator with was that the powerful jaws. Very, very powerful jaws, and that's the kind of the thing I wanted for a dragon. So I was at the very least happy with the overall shape of the alligator. Is definitely probably what I'll go for in my dragon. And the eyes I thought were really nice too. I do have them colored in at the moment, but I'm going to erase them again because, like I said, I thought they would look better white. And you really couldn't see a whole heck of a lot on the reference photo I was using with the eyes. It was mostly just kind of eye shine and darkness, which probably sums up alligators in and of themselves. Eye shine and darkness. Yeah, I'm trying desperately to fix the scales at this point, and I honestly kind of thought of just leaving it there and just smudging all around it to give it like a background. I was like, nah, I can't do that. Yeah, I kind of gave up. I was just like, okay, it's random randomized shark teeth at this point. It's randomized shark teeth, but I'll fix it. I don't know why I did the other side that way either. They didn't show on the other side. It's actually its throat. Like, I wasn't sure what it was at first when I looked at a different photo. That was when I realized what was the scales on the side of the head. It was actually, its throat was a little bit more out on one side than the other. And that's what you're seeing there on the left. Is that the scales are showing from the throat, and it's very, very well-defined scales on the throat. Yeah, and I'm trimming up now because I realized that for some reason the lower part of the jaw went really wide. Looked a little bit like a baseball field. I wasn't sure why I did that, but yeah, I fixed that up, trimmed it up, made it look a little bit better. Actually, if memory serves, I was not looking at the reference photo anymore. I was looking at the secondary one to figure out what the heck those scales look like. Oh yeah, now I went back to it. Because I realized that they weren't lines, they were... I feel silly now, but they weren't lines. I just thought they were lines at first, and I realized, no, it's their stripes. It's the stripes of the alligator on the side of the jaw. Now I'm just changing the angle. Because I realized it wasn't a good enough angle. It was too straight, like 90 degree, and they needed to be like angling from the actual angle of the jaw. I think that's the hardest part about doing a study from a reference photo, is that you have to not assume that something is there. You have to follow what you actually see. Because first you get what it is down, and then you can stylize it and make it whatever the heck you want. I know some people will tell me I'm wrong, but I mean, even Picasso, who did not draw realistically in any way, shape, or form, could draw realistically. If you look at his earlier work, he drew very realistically. He knew the rules and then broke them, which is why I may not like abstract art, but I can respect and appreciate his art because he did it the right way. He didn't draw an eye on the side of his face because he didn't know where it went. He did it because he wanted to. Yeah, see, I was a lot happier with the scales the way they are now. And that's much closer to the way it looked. So I'm actually very happy with the way they turned out. And now I'm just kind of going in, because the sun was shining on the reference photo's face. It was shining predominantly on one side. Not like right in half or anything, but a lot of the shading was on the right. No, sorry, on the left. And the light was coming from the right side. So I chose now that most of the photo was pretty much done to go around and clean up some of the light areas with my eraser. You're just smudging it out, you know, making sure it doesn't look too white. But it really did. It was very, very white. It wasn't even green. It was kind of like a matte white color. Yeah, we're getting towards the end of it. So, I hope you enjoyed it. This is pretty much the end of it. I hope you like the video. You can comment below. Subscribe to me, please. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.